success of your presentation. Wow! How enthusiastic are you? That leads to the second point, enthusiasm. Now, enthusiasm got to come within from you. No one can force the presenter to be enthusiastic. Enthusiasm got a lot to do with how passionate do you feel about your presentation. If you notice, William Shakespeare once mentioned, the world is a stage and everyone is an actor. The truth can be said about Tantri P. Ramlee in terms of how he acted in the movie. People still remember him until now. The passion that he showed in the movie, people can remember him. One of the aspects that he showed was the use of humor. In the presentation, you should use humor only if it ties back to your presentation. For example, if you want to tell a story, and end of the day, the audience laughs, it is a joke. But if they don't laugh, it is just a story. Now, one of the ways to increase your enthusiasm is to overcome your nervousness. What are some ways that you can overcome your nervousness? Take a deep breath whenever you want to present. Do a lot of self-talk. Visualize yourself that you are doing this presentation at a good rate. And of course, perfect practice. Keep on practicing until you are very confident of what you say. Even Tantri P. Ramlee, in terms of coming to a scene, you could have practiced tens of times to make sure that your scene is a complete one that we enjoy most. So, for you to be enthusiastic, you've got to be passionate about what you are going to present. Because once you're passionate, the audience will take to you that you are very confident, very sincere about what you want to present. And whatever you suggest, they are going to take action. Action. Call for action. That's the third step you look to after your proper usage of body language and enthusiasm. You've got to tie back to the purpose of your presentation. Is it to persuade someone to do something? Is it to sell? Is it to convince? You've got to know the purpose of your presentation. Now, before you call the audience for action, you need to answer their questions. What are their concerns? What are their challenges? What are their problems? As the presenter, you are there to provide the solution. Now, when an audience asks a question, how do you handle that? One of the simplest ways to build rapport with the audience is to thank them for the questions and answer to the audience. And if you are not very sure of yourself, you can take it offline after the presentation to answer your queries. Remember, you've got to be professional in handling the questions, because there will be a lot of unnecessary questions. As a presenter, you've got to maintain control of your presentation. If you are able to ensure that the action plan is in place, the audience will be encouraged to act with you. Remember, you yourself can't do a lot of things. You've got to get the support of your audience to work together with you for a common cause. If you are able to put all this in place, you will be a better presenter.
Hi everybody. Morning. Hi. Morning. Hi. Nice to meet you. Welcome everybody. My name is Brian and I'll be talking to you about better customer service. Hope you find this useful. Let me start off with a story. There was this couple that went to a customer service center with a knife. They claimed that it was blunt and could not even cut vegetables. Do you know what was the problem? Well, the knife was a letter opener and not meant for cutting vegetables. Okay, that story wasn't obviously hilarious, but I hope you see the point. Customers may or may not know what is right, and we have to understand that. Take one in. On this piece of paper are all the important strategies when dealing with customers. If you have any problems, just refer to it. Since all my important points will be on this piece of paper, I'll open up my presentation to questions. Anybody?
Mr. Brian, I was wondering, how do you deal with nosy customers?
Oh, first of all, we don't refer to them as nosy. They're just people who want to get something. In my research, I've noticed that this type of customers are people who did not get adequate service first time around. So, if we immediately attend to them, they'll be very grateful. So, did that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
What have you noticed from the enactment earlier? You could have seen that the presenter was able to present very confidently. How? The proper use of body language, maximum use of whatever you got, eye contact, gestures, appearance, movement, and of course, full of enthusiasm. Show the passion that you want the audience to do something for you. Add a bit of humor if you need to. And finally, call for action, because you're not going to do this alone. You need a lot of people to come together for a common cause. So the call of action is very crucial for the success of your presentation. For your information, this is the last car that was bought by Tan Sri P. Ramlee before his death in 1973. Now, if you are able to use all the presentation techniques learned today, you will be a better presenter. Remember, the audience wants you to succeed. Be yourself, be natural, and you will take the presentation to a next level. That's all the time that we have. This is Ganesh Sangaran signing off from P. Ramlee's Memorial Hall. See you. Bye-bye.